Good morning. I got in a little early to work today, so I'm excited because that means I have my favorite Bible. I think I have a Bible in just about every room of my house where I tend to sit down and read. So that's my bedroom, my sewing room, the dining room, which is kind of the living room. They're all kind of little connected in my house. But this one I have had since 1996, 94. Did I write when they gave it to me in here? I didn't. I had it since high school. This Bible has been through a lot. And sometimes I draw in the margins. There's notes from way back when. I have put decorative tape on the edges of it for the first page of that book. So when I want to go to the Kings, I know that those are in silvers and golds. And when I chose the tape for the Psalms, it has all of these little squiggly colors. So I just like it because it speaks of the creative writing. Psalms were used as poetry, songs in worship that they would sing. And in Psalm 50, today is November 4th, and so we are on Psalm 50, verse 14, which says, "Sacrifice thanks offerings to God. Fulfill your vows to the Most High." What is an offering of thanks? When David was writing this, they had the temple and they were used to the Levitical sacrifice system. So I had to go way back into Leviticus and Deuteronomy and read up on these different offerings, the burnt offerings, the guilt offerings. A thanks offering was voluntary. So when you felt specifically overly blessed and you just wanted to say, "Thank you, God," you would give a thanks offering. And from the research that I did, I found that typically that thanks offering was by a grain offering with wheat or barley. And so I don't know if you have stickers left from when we did our season in Before the Resurrection, where I had all these bread stickers, little kitty cat bread stickers, or even more fun grains of cupcakes and donuts. This is what my brain went to when I thought of a thanks offering. If I am making bread to give to God at the temple, this would have been something the priests would have eaten. And so today's staff meeting, and I made bread. I hope they like it. I'm not always the best, but my husband likes bananas. I do not. Oh, it turned out so dark when it cooled off. It looks kind of like meatloaf to me. I had some persimmon fruits, and I had 2 bananas that were very ripe, and he was not going to eat. So we'll see. My thanks offering today is persimmon banana bread. And I am thankful to so many of you, the things that God is doing in our congregation, the works that God is doing with our children, deepening their relationships, the constant work of the ministers with their individual congregations and the church body as a whole. And so I thought this was a fun thing. And I think maybe it's subconsciously in the back of our head. I think that is one of the offerings that we still practice without knowing that we're practicing it. When you want to welcome a new neighbor, it's traditional, maybe bake them some bread or bake them some cookies when you want to say thank you to someone. Baked goods are a standard go-to to say thank you. The beginning of Psalm 50, God is talking about how he doesn't need the meat from the offerings. God can take care of himself. What he wants is our hearts, our thankfulness. And he says, fulfill your vows to the Most High. So acknowledge God, but then also we're part of that covenant people that promised to love God. And so he says, instead of making a big show of offering these things to me, that's what our law requires, do it. But I want your heart. I want you to be thankful with it. I want you to fulfill your part of the promise that you will be my people. So that's where I'm going to leave you today as you read this with your children today. What are you thankful for? And what can you do for God to show that? You can love God best by loving others and just being nice, taking care of them, doing something out of your way to show thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a light of Jesus. Thank you for loving on me and my family. Have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye.